This video covers notes 7.5 for geometry. At this point, if you have not gotten a stamp on 7.4, please make sure you speak up now and make sure 7.4 is out and ready to check. So here's problems 1 and 2. Make sure you're checking. Pause the video if needed. Here's 3 and 4. Pause the video if needed. 5 and 6, pause as needed. 9 and 10, pause as needed. And that was all we had. So we are on 7.5 today, and keep in mind this schedule is correct, except in here is Thanksgiving break. So today is the last thing that you need to accomplish before Thanksgiving break, so make sure you are using your time wisely. I'm going to try to get through these notes as fast as possible, so make sure 7.5 is out. We only have 4 pages to do, and they're kind of quick, so make sure your notes are out so that you can be taking them with us, and we can move on quickly. So remember, we're talking triangle similarities, angle, angle, side, 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 and side, angle, side. These are the 3 similarity properties that you can use. 2 triangles are similar if and only if, meaning these 2 things absolutely have to happen. So their corresponding angles have to be congruent and the sides have to be proportional. So if these 2 pieces are congruent to each other, if ABC is similar to XYZ, then your congruent angles are A and X, B and Y, and C and Z. Remember, we can set these 2 up, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and the pieces that are on top of each other are congruent. And then proportional sides, you can hopefully see from my picture, the blue, so AC is proportional to XZ. The green, CB to ZY, and the red, AB to XY. These can also be done how we did in the other units of like AB to XY, BC to YZ, and then AC to XZ. Those can work as well. So, triangle angle similarities. If 2 angles of one triangle are congruent to 2 of the other, then the 2 triangles are similar. So, if we know A and X and B and Y are congruent, then these 2 triangles are similar. So, they ask me to determine if the following triangles are similar by angle, angle. If so, write the similarity statement. So, we have 2 sets of parallel lines here. Those parallel lines will help me see these are corresponding. So we have a parallel line, and transversal. So we have bottom right and bottom right. Same thing with C and E. We have parallel lines and a line that cuts through. So these are also corresponding. And then if you look, it's kind of hard to see. I can outline it in highlighter for you. So we have this triangle here and this green one on top of it. And the blue and the green are sharing this angle here. So ADE, so we started, that's the blue triangle. The blue triangle starts at the triple, goes to the single, goes out to the double angle. So in the green triangle, we would start at A, we would go out to B, and then go into the double, which is C. Oh, sorry, I forgot the A. So these triangles are similar by angle, angle, and the similarity statement ADE, the smaller blue, is congruent to ABC, the bigger green. Then we have side, side, side. If the sides are congruent, then the 2 triangles are proportional. Something I forgot to do in the other video, I apologize, is instead of doing the ticks because they're not congruent, we do like a weird S for similar or proportional. So by the colors, blue, green, and red are similar to blue, green, and red. So in order to determine if these triangles are similar, we have to look at the proportions. So if I compare red to red, that is a ratio of 4 to 16, which is 1 to 4. Then if I go green to green, 5 to 20 is the same thing as 1 to 4. And then 3 to 12 is the same thing as 1 to 4. So yes, these are similar with a ratio of 1 to 4, small to big. This is where the order does not matter. If you're just determining similarity, you just choose which triangle you want to use first. So like if I look at this triangle, I can say I want to use the inside triangle and the outside triangle second. Now keep in mind, the outside triangle has legs that are a length of 2 and 6 for a total of 8. Over here we have 9 and 3 for a total of 12. So that's like if there was a black triangle, the full outside pieces. So I'm really looking at a triangle of 6, 9, and 12 for the inside, and the outside is 8, 12, and 16. With these, I think it is helpful to redraw. So if I compare, sides of 6 to 8 is 3/4. 9 over 12 is 3/4. 12 over 16 is 3/4. So yes, these are similar as well. And then triangles that share vertical angles are similar. Hopefully. So 16 over 28 should reduce to, let's see, those divided by 2 would be 8 over 14. Divided by 2 would be 4 over 7. So divide by 4, yeah. And then blue, we have 9 over 15. Both of these can reduce by 3, so that'd be 3 over 5. And then 12 to 20, we could divide by 2, 6 over 10. That would be 6 over 10, 3 over 5. But this one is not proportional, so these are not similar. So in order for them to be similar, all 3 sides have to be the same. And then side, angle side, if we have 2 sides and an included angle, the included angle, remember this is side, angle, side, not angle, side, side, because that doesn't exist because that's a dirty word. The angle has to be in between the 2 sides. So with this one, we have vertical angles here. So the sides have to be proportional. So greens, we have 6 to 24, which reduces to 1/4. And then blue, we have 5 to 20, which reduces to 1/4. And then vertical angles, so these would be similar through side, angle, side, because my sides are proportional and my angles are congruent. Here we have 2 right angles, so we just need to check the side. So if we go bottom, 6 to 9 reduces to 2/3. 8 over 12 reduces to 2/3, so these are also similar. Now keep in mind, if you go the other way, if you go left triangle to right triangle, so you go 9 to 6 and 12 to 8, that is 100% totally fine. You can definitely go either way because we are just trying to see if they are similar. So the order in which you compare the triangles does not matter, as long as if you go left to right on the first one, you have to go left to right on the second one as well. So you can't go left to right and then right to left. You have to keep your proportions the same. So this is the last page. Again, this one I think it's easier to break it out into 2 triangles. So we have 6 and 9. And then we have the bigger triangle out here, which is 8 and 9 plus x on the big sides. So to find the value that would make these similar, the 2 sides have to be proportional. So 6 would have to relate to 8 here, as 9 would have to relate to 9 plus x. From here, we can cross multiply and divide. So 6 times 9 plus x in relationship to 9 times 8. So 9 times 8 is 72. 6 I have to distribute to 54 and 6 plus x. And then solve for x. So subtract 54. Divide by 6, and x equals 3. So they tell you what would make these two similar. So assuming that they're similar, then we would go ahead and relate them to each other. And if they're similar, then the sides, the sides of, the sides would need to be proportional. So we set up proportions to solve. So this one, I'm going to go little triangle to big triangle. So little red to big red. How does that relate to little green and big green? You need to make sure you are setting these up the same. So little to big, this is my red and this is my green. So it's kind of like a little Punnett square in biology, if you will. So we have 90 times 24, which is 2160. And then 20 times x, which is 20x. And then to solve, I divide both sides by 20, and I have 108 equals x. So you have the rest of class to work on your assignment. I'm going to leave this here because it might help you to see, some of the colors don't really apply, but keep in mind they want you to state triangle similarities. So state if the triangles are similar. If so, state how you know. So how you know they're similar would be angle, angle, side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So how do you know? Keep in mind, them giving you 3 sides does not make it side, side, side. They have to be proportional. So you might have to do some proportions to make sure that your proportions or your ratios are the same. So side, angle, side, and side, side, side. You need to check those proportions. Don't just assume. 6 is one where you might want to write out the other triangle. Keep in mind, like on one, triangles that flip, so like 16 and 39 would be related because they flip the triangles. They're like mirror reflections. And then on the back, you should be able to see all of these, but if you need it, you can see this. So keep that in mind. Make sure you label what you're doing. The rest of class is used to work on your 7-5. If you don't finish this, you gave yourself homework over Thanksgiving break. So finish it now. Do it now. Get it done in class. Get your stamp from the sub now so you don't have to worry about anything over Thanksgiving break. You can listen to music, but make sure that you are not distracting others and make sure your phone is not distracting you. So no distractions. All right. Make sure you're working hard and have a great Thanksgiving break.